Hello, everyone. My name is Stella Umuna. I'm the Program Quality Director for District 46. Today, we have an amazing speaker who is a TEDx speaker. He's also a communication strategist, and he lives all the way in Europe. His name is Maciej Baranowski, and he's going to tell us about how to use Toastmasters in your professional career. And he does ask a question: is Toastmasters only for Toastmasters? Think again. Without further ado, let me bring Maciej up to the virtual stage. Give him a round of applause, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stella, for an invitation, for inviting me to your great session to District 46. It's not the first time I actually attend the session in District 46. I'm very happy to join you today. First of all, I will tell you, I love Toastmasters. I'm totally passionate about our beautiful organization. And it's actually, I'm in Poland, in the central part of the Europe. I'm in Poland, and it's currently 2 a.m. 2 a.m. in Poland. So I should be sleeping, but I'm here with you today with my session, and I'm very happy and proud to perform for you. So I try to, keep energized. I drank some coffee for you, not to sleep. I'm going to give you some value today about how to use Toastmasters, maybe not use Toastmasters, how to make the best of the value that Toastmasters gives us all, actually, because it's a beautiful organization that teaches public speaking leadership, but also teaches us to find our authentic self. This is what I discovered actually here at Toastmasters. So some technical question. Can you hear and see me well? Right, everybody? You can nod your head so I can see. Okay, great. I will double check during the presentation just in case, okay? I'm also sharing the screen. You can see my presentation prepared especially for you. Can you see also the presentation? Great. So I think we are ready to start our short educational session. I also would like to add that the session, my presentation, will last around 45 minutes, around 8:45 Eastern Time. So in 23 minutes, let's say, we'll have a special Q&A session. So if you have any questions to me, you can ask me directly during the Q&A session. So the last 15 minutes of the presentation. Okay, great. During the presentation, let me focus on my content, on what I want to present to you, on the objectives of the session, and then you can ask me anything you want to. So before I also start, I want to tell you that I'm the president, very proud president of the Toastmasters Club called Verbal Victory. I don't want to be braggadocious, but Verbal Victory is currently one of the leading clubs in the world, not only in the District 108, because I am currently in District 108. So this is the district for Central and Eastern Europe. In our District 108, we have 7 countries, the entire Poland, so my homeland, Poland, in the Central Europe. We also have the Baltics, so Lithuania, Estonia, and Latvia, Finland, Kazakhstan, and the entire Russia. So the biggest country in the world. So we basically have those big countries. So if you win a district contest in 108, you are the champion of the biggest Toastmasters area in the world when it comes to the, I would say, capacity, right? Territorial, let's say, capacity area. Okie dokie, let's move on with our session. Okay, great. As I told you, around 8:45 ET, we'll have the Q&A session, so you can stay patient for now and ask me the questions later on. You can already write the questions down and keep it for later. Okay, of course, as in a good Toastmasters speech, you need to have an objective. And I have few objectives that actually consists of, one objective that consists of those 3 questions. Objective is simple: how to use Toastmasters in your career. And we have 3 important takeaways and questions I will try to answer today. First is how to make it at Toastmasters, how to make it, so how to succeed at Toastmasters in the contests, as a leader, as a friend, as a mentor. And next question, how to encourage others to join Toastmasters. Because if you want to make a career out of our organization, you also need to encourage people to join, to be part of your club, to be part of your community at Toastmasters. And of course, how to use Toastmasters as a platform. And I do want to think about our organization as a platform, because this is a crucial piece of information here, crucial takeaway. It's platform for us, for better career. So far, so good. Yes? If I'm talking too fast or I'm too energetic, let me know, okay? And I will try to slow down a bit. Okay. So, first question, as I told, how to make it at Toastmasters? First of all, it's very important to not close yourself only in the area of Toastmasters. What I mean, I will have to pin myself. Okay, good. Now I can see myself. Good. Okay, thank you so much. Love your energy. Great. Okay. Toastmasters is not only to stay in the Toastmasters. We should go a little bit beyond. And I will tell you what I mean. When I attend the networking events, I'm always talking about Toastmasters. I'm very proud of being part of the organization. I encourage people to join my club. Even before I became the president of the Toastmasters Club, I was encouraging people already during the networking events. When somebody asked me, Maciej, you speak so confidently. How did you learn? I was like, I joined Toastmasters. So even before I became the president, I was encouraging others attending networking events. Do you attend networking events? Do you like it? Yeah? To talk about your career, to meet, of course, this is very important. So this is one of the opportunities to encourage people to join your club and to make it at Toastmasters when you broaden your horizons of your club. I also represent Toastmasters among my family, friends, clients, and colleagues. As I told you, I'm very proud. And when I started participating in the contests back in 2021, and I won my first contest at the area level, I was very, very happy. So my social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, was all about the contest. There was a picture, there was information about me winning, and people started asking me, Maciej, what is Toastmasters? What are the contests? Tell me more. And that's how I became popular in my city. My city is Poznań in Poland, that I'm a speaker, because I was posting all over my social media. I was attending 4 Toastmasters clubs a week. What's even more, I was delivering a speech during every single meeting. So it was really, I was really enthralled into the organization. And posting all over social media helped me to gain this recognition as the speaker who actually is engaged into certain community, into Toastmasters, and it helped me to build up my image, and my local image, actually. So what I also want to tell you, the reason I actually joined Toastmasters is also very important here. As I told you, I posted a lot. I'm still posting a lot about Toastmasters. But the reason I joined is because on the 23rd of July, 2021, one of my friends from university, I was studying postmaster's course in project management. I did my master's in English language. And then a few years later, during the pandemic, 2021, I wanted to develop my skills. And I enrolled myself for the course at university, and I met a girl. She was the most outspoken, self-confident, self-assured girl I ever met. Even if we had classes only online, she was still very visible. And what I want to tell you, once she posted on the 23rd of July, 2021, a picture from the contest. She was holding a huge trophy, and she posted, I became the vice champion of Poland in impromptu public speaking. I asked her right away. Her name was Kasia, Catherine. How did you do it? She told me, join Toastmasters. It's a true story, guys. If it hadn't been for the post on her social media, I wouldn't have joined Toastmasters because I was curious. When I saw the trophy and she told me she won a trophy because she could speak, and impromptu speaking, so improvise. I was like, if you can improvise and you get a trophy, count me in. And that's how I joined. 9 months later, I became the district champion of the district now 108. And this is the district for Central Eastern Europe. So it was very, surprising when a guy who is new to organization is winning the district contests after 9 months in table topics. So improvisation, impromptu speaking. And you know who helped me on the way? I met a guy at my division level in impromptu public speaking. Very confident, exotic. He approached me after my performance. He was the contest chair. And I was like, oh my gosh, he's coming to me after my performance. I had to do something wrong. Maybe I am disqualified. Maybe I exceeded the time, but I didn't make it to the red flag. It should be fine. And then he told me, who is your mentor? And I was like, oh my gosh, I had to do something wrong. He was like, your mentor did a great job. You will win it for sure. I was like, do you know the result already? No, I cannot tell you, but I have an impression you can make it to the district. And I did. Do you know who was the guy? The contest chair who believed in me as the first one? Do you have any idea? Any guesses? Okay, I will help you. The guy who was the contest chair, who saw me at division, who told me I did it well, was Cyril Junior Dim, who is also from Poland, from Wrocław, so close to my city Poznań, and who still lives in Poland. And of course, as you may know, he's the world champion of public speaking 2022. He was my mentor, helping me with my table topics. And thanks to his help, I won the table topics 9 months later. Actually, the division was in November. I won in May. So he was my first mentor. So I basically was working with the guy who was the youngest world champion in the history. And I didn't even know he would win later on. So it was absolutely fantastic and amazing. So what I want to tell you, post about your achievements, post about your clubs, because one post can make somebody join. Sometimes people tell, Maciej, you always post about your achievements, you win, you always participate again, and you still win, and you're so braggadocious. No. I'm celebrating our organization. It's not posting about me. It's posting about us. Because maybe somebody will be inspired and will join as I joined. Let me move on. Okay, I will tell you a little bit more about my club. How my visibility, my achievements in the contests, because let's face it, participating in the contests helps a lot. When I was participating in my first contest of evaluation, I was, I'm not a good evaluator because I am too energetic. I am too, much of a showman on the stage. It's not for me. And I made it to the district final at first attempt. I was very close to the podium. I didn't make it to the top 3, but I was close. Next year, I started again. This time, I started with the system, my special structure for the evaluation. I'm also happy to share with you, maybe during the different session, happy to do so. And I became the evaluation champion in the District 108 2023 when I met Verity Price in Lithuania. And at the same year, I was also the evaluation champion for the Polish evaluation in our native language, Polish. So it also helped me to gain this recognition, and all my achievements turned out to be very crucial for my future career. Because when I started my own business in 2023, I basically used my achievements as the way to gain credibility. So if you want to gain credibility as a speaker, you need to participate in the contests. Winning district makes you the winner, in my case, for several countries, or maybe for the entire country. It gives you credibility. So it can help you to gain this recognition, respect, and interests of your future clients beyond the organization when you are the contest participant. So definitely do the contest. It is very important. So thanks to my visibility, my also achievements, when I became the club president in 2025, last year in July, my club went from 21 members, which was still a pretty good result, to 59. Actually, it's 61 right now, but anyway, plus 60 members, including 44 new members and 38 growth net. Because people wanted to be in the club when they have the champion speaker, who is an active mentor, who is helping others, and who is also a TEDx speaker, because they know there is somebody they can learn from. So your achievements, what I mean here, your achievements, your participation in the contests is crucial to gain clients, but also to develop your club. And, you know, being the leader at Toastmasters is also very rewarding, and it also helps you in your career, because if somebody asks you, Maciej, what is your experience in leadership? I can tell. I'm the president of one of the top clubs in the world. Here's the dashboard. Here are our statistics. We are doing very well. We attract new members. We prosper very well. So it can also help you to build credibility in your career, right? If you have a club, if you are in the board of the club, that is strong. So definitely, I can see your comments here in the chat. You can put your leadership experience in your resume, on your LinkedIn, because being a leader in a non-profit volunteering organization is, I think, much more challenging than being a leader when you are paid for that. At Toastmasters, you are also paid, but with something more significant. You are paid with experience, with satisfaction, and amazing relationships. This is the best currency you can have. Plus, you can also put it in your resume, right? There are also some leaders who join Toastmasters, the board, only to put it in resume. Don't do it only for the resume. Do it for the service, for the values we are standing for, you know? So this is something very important. It can also help you to boost your career when you are a leader at Toastmasters. I really happy to be the president of the club. And I'm really happy to share my values with my members. It's one of the most liberating experiences of my life. Okay. I think you know this guy. Oh, sorry. Getting back. Okay. Who knows this guy? Anybody? You can say out loud. You can unmute yourself for a bit.
Wasn't he like the champion?
Yes, of course.
Toastmaster public speaker champion.
That's right. Sabi is, of course, our current world champion of public speaking. And of course, thanks to the networking within my organization, thanks to the fact that I like to talk to different Toastmasters, I like to exchange numbers, I like to exchange WhatsApps, like Mike can agree here. I like to talk to people from different countries. I am from Poland. I already know half of your district, 246, including amazing Stella. And Mike, of course. And this is how it goes. We are in a global organization. When I was preparing for the contests, I was also attending different clubs, not only in Europe, but also in, for example, Asia, in Australia, in the USA, of course, right? In South Africa. And it helped me to gain those beautiful connections with people. I know, for example, Vivian, who also attended us from the Philippines. And that's why it's important to think globally, not only about your district, but try to connect with Toastmasters from around the world. Being in Poland, I was connecting a lot. There was a moment I wanted to finish all the pathways. And believe me or not, I was crazy enough to do it. These are the previous pins for the pathways. I got all the 12 pathways because one day I made a decision. I want to be the second Toastmaster in history of our organization to make it. But this motivation to finish the pathways helped me a lot because I could attend different clubs. My record was August the 6th, I believe, 2023, when I had 5 speeches a day, actually, that day. But I could meet people. I could not only practice my speeches for the contests, but also finish the pathway projects and connect with people. So I met lots of amazing Toastmasters. And basically, thanks to networking, I also came across Sabi. I got his WhatsApp number. We started talking, chatting. We were vibing very well. And now Sabi invited me to go to Germany when he will be at the Toastmasters conference this month. And he will also go to my club. But I, of course, asked Sabi, I'm the president of Verbal Victory. Would you be so kind, because she visited our club online, you were at our club, you liked the meeting, could you record some testimonials? And of course, Sabi recorded a short video advertising, promoting my club to others. So it's important to network at Toastmasters. But there is one story that is really extraordinary. Really. How I met Luisa Montalvo. When I was participating in my very first conference, I told you already, district conference in May 2022, when Cyril Jr. Dim was helping me as one of my mentors, one of the participants, one of the keynote speakers for the conference was Luisa Montalvo. It was 2022. Bear it in mind, 2022. Luisa was already the second best speaker in the world. She won it in 2019. And she was invited to my hometown in Poland, Poznań. But she didn't make it. She was on the posters. She was on social media for the conference, but she didn't make it. Nobody knew why. 2 years passed, 2024, I'm watching the World Championship, and the lady in a wheelchair is entering the stage. I look at her, I think she looks familiar, but she's in a wheelchair. And then I connected the dots. I saw her name, Luisa Montalvo. I know her, but is it a prop? Then I'm listening to her speech, and I learn about the accident. That's the Luisa who were supposed to come to my city for the conference, Toastmasters conference, but never made it. I'm totally touched by her story. Of course, she won. She was amazing. She was the best. She won. In 2025, a few months after her victory, I decided to schedule a podcast with her. I wrote on Facebook and I was like, okay, Maciej, write to Luisa Montalvo. But I forgot about my message. I was like, oh, she's too busy. She's the world champion. She is not, able to just talk to me. I was wrong. She texted me almost right away. We scheduled some time, and our podcast was supposed to last for 1 hour. It lasted 4 hours. Actually, we were not the podcast. Our conversation lasted for 4 hours, and that's how I met one of my best friends and my mentor, Luisa Montalvo. And I told Luisa, I don't know if you remember, in 2022, you were supposed to be in my town in Poland as the keynote speaker. Because of the accident, you couldn't come to Poland. Maybe you can come this year. And then I discovered that Luisa will be in Germany. So I asked her, Germany is close to Poland. Maybe you can visit us on your way during your stay in Germany. I booked a car, got a driver. We booked the trains, and Luisa visited our club last year in person. And also, the entire situation that the world champion came in a wheelchair, came to Poznań in person, made me pretty famous in Poland, not only among Toastmasters, but among local community, universities, and people were like, oh, that's the crazy guy who got a world champion to Poland. And this is how we can also make it. Of course, I posted about it all over social media. I even made a power speech for my clients outside of Toastmasters about Luisa. It went also very well. And that's how I found my friends. So what is my takeaway? Reach out to the world champions, to Sabi, to Luisa Montalvo. What is absolutely amazing here, those people are champions for a reason. They're very human, and they can talk to you, they can laugh with you. They're just amazing, and they're so close. So if you have social media, just use it to reach out to the champions. It will definitely help you in your career. They can help you with mentoring. They can help you with visiting your clubs, and talking to a world champion is amazing. For example, today, I asked Sabi today, few hours ago, my mentee, Basia, had a speech contest, and it was her first speech contest. She nailed it. She won the audience. She came in the third place. She should have won, but anyway, I'm so proud of her. I asked before the contest, Luisa, could you record 15 seconds for Basia? I'm with you, I support you. I asked Sabi, could you record? I asked my club members. We all recorded video for Basia. And you know how happy she was? It was the best support she could get. She was crying. She told me she had never received such a support from anybody. So this is how we can use Toastmasters, how we can contact the world champions to join your clubs, to visit your clubs, maybe to help you to build your career as well in Toastmasters and outside. Okay, and that's basically me. When I won my first contests, I was not only talking about it on my social media, but I also started sharing my knowledge for the Toastmasters community. If I win, I know the rules, I know the structure, I can share it with my mentees. And this is the photo from, I think, 2 weeks ago from my club. This is the photo about from the workshop, how to write a speech. Because you're not a winner for the contest to be the winner and to be with all the trophies behind me. You are the winner to share, to serve the Toastmasters, right? So if you make a workshop, your local community in your city knows about it. Toastmasters community knows about it. You already position yourself as an expert in public speaking. People from outside the Toastmasters can come because they see that you provide value. You do something more. You share your knowledge. Not only keep it to yourself, but you make a workshop. So if you make a post about it, if you schedule an event, people can attend Toastmasters and they see in your local community, oh, this guy is a champion, but it's a champion who actually shares the knowledge. So it helps you to build up your career, of course, right? Because you share the knowledge. You are an expert in some area of public speaking. Okay, how can we actually encourage others to join Toastmasters? Also, I mean people who can help you with your career. I will tell you something. I invited lots of my future and now current clients to Toastmasters, who I met at the networking events, who I met in my previous job. They joined Toastmasters, and it helped me in my career a lot because we created a great community of people, actually. People who actually, how to say that? Who can, for example, promote you further in your career. Because if they join Toastmasters and they see me as the president, and they're like, oh, this guy is passionate about Toastmasters. This guy really makes it work. This guy is engaged. They can give you more opportunities outside of Toastmasters. And one of the examples how I make it when it comes to a speaker is how I met my mentor. My mentor was a Toastmaster champion, and we met at the speech contest. He was the test speaker. And after my presentation, he told me, Maciej, I'm no longer a Toastmaster, but I've been there. I want to help you with your career. And he started recommending me to other projects, other speakers who are popular in Poland. And thanks to him, I managed to develop my career. So it's very important to find a mentor who already made it. if somebody became a professional speaker, and lots of professional speakers in Poland are the past members of Toastmasters, reach out to this person and ask them, how did you do it? Why? You may ask why, because they already made it. They can tell you the way. I used to be at Toastmasters. Now I'm a professional speaker. I'm not a part of the organization, but I can give you some tips how you can become a professional speaker. So for me, this person is Jerzy. And it's a funny story because Jerzy actually started my club 13 years ago. No, 15 years ago, in 2011. He started my club, Verbal Victory. He eventually left Toastmasters. He is now a professional speaker, one of the most popular in Poland. And it's funny because when Luisa Montalvo visited my club on the 12th of May last year, she was in our club exactly on our anniversary. And Jerzy, the founder and my mentor, business mentor, was also there. And he was talking to Luisa. They were making, fun. They were telling jokes, and they really vibed very well. They even were born on the same day, both of them. This is amazing. Also in May. So go and find a mentor who made it when it comes to professional career. Mentor who can tell you how he or she did it. Okay, here we have also how to encourage others to join Toastmasters. So I will tell you also about leadership. That's important in your career to be a great leader at Toastmasters. So you do not have to be only the speaker who is winning the contests. If you are not into contests, if you prefer the leadership path, it's amazing. If your club has results like this, and you will post about it, you will tell people, let's take a look. People come to my club. What will it will tell your future employers, your future clients? This person, this speaker, this Toastmaster knows how to manage a club. Take a look. Knows how to attract people. Knows how to maintain engagement because people completed, the members completed of the pathways. My clients were amazed when I told them, wow, Maciej, how did you make it? You need to be a good seller. Maybe you can join my company to sell my products if you can attract so many members, My clients were totally amazed. Like, Maciej, if you are a great leader at the nonprofit organization of this caliber at Toastmasters, international organization, it means you can sell products, you can advertise, you can promote. I want you in my team. So you don't have to be a competitive speaker. You can also be a leader. I started as a competitive speaker, winning the contests, 5, 6 in total, at the district level and national level in Poland. But now I am discovering myself as the leader. And this is the most amazing chapter of my life, I would say, because I have the most amazing people in my club. But the beginnings were not that easy. But I made it. And now I'm very happy to be the president. So these are the results. Once again, I not want to be braggadocious. I want to tell you the facts that it shows to your future clients, employers, colleagues, that you do something right if your club attracts people, right? So really, leadership at Toastmasters can help you in your career. Also as a professional speaker, because a speaker needs to be a leader. You cannot be a speaker and not being a good leader. Okay? To succeed in your professional career, you need to do both. And those beautiful ladies are members of my club. And if you want to make it in your career, you need to attend other events. It's absolutely mandatory. You are not sitting only at the Toastmasters meeting. You go outside. I met Ilona, this beautiful lady here in the middle, at TEDx when I was a mentor. And Magda joined my club. And actually, Magda met me at university when I was representing Toastmasters to the students. She saw me, she saw my presentation about public speaking. I advertised Toastmasters outside in her university. She was a bit shy, but then she joined Toastmasters, and now she is in my club. And I'm so happy to have her. Ilona joined me after TEDx. I was like, I'm running a club. And I met Ilona at TEDx during the rehearsals one day before her performance, when she basically was preparing her speech and her mentor couldn't make it. When I learned that Ilona is left without her mentor, I have to help you. So I told her, I'm here with my mentee, Natalia, but Ilona, if you need some help, some support, some tips, I am here for you. And that's how we met. I didn't know back then that Ilona is already a very popular person in Poland. She is going around our country and she is fighting against hate crimes, helping mostly students to deal with hate at school, to raise awareness about self-love, about authenticity, about being yourself. Such a beautiful initiative. And now she's part of my club. And we met, but actually, thanks to Toastmasters, we met at TEDx. But how did I end up in TEDx? I think you want to know, right? Okay. First of all, I have some requests to you. I will copy paste the link to my TEDx speech. It's called Rewire, Reprogram Yourself in Easy Steps. My TEDx speech took place in 2025, a few months ago in November. I am copy pasting the link to my TEDx speech in the chat. And my strong recommendation, please open it, give a like and comment, okay? I don't want to advertise anything outside of our organization, but TEDx is a part of our organization also a bit. I will tell you why. So please give me a comment. It means a word to me. Maybe some of you will be inspired by my TEDx speech, hopefully. How I ended up at TEDx. Do you want to know the story from Toastmasters to TEDx? Okay. I was participating in all those contests at Toastmasters, right? And I met one lady, a Toastmaster, who was the organizer of the 2 conferences. I was helping her, being the part of the organizational team in one of the conferences, and then I was the competitor in the 2nd district contest. So this lady is absolutely fantastic. Her name is Angelika Głowacka from Poland, and she was organizing those huge Toastmasters conferences. And I was always helping her as the organizational team, part of the team, or as the speaker who won district last year. This is 2nd place in the international speech contest at the district level and 1st place in the evaluation. And she knows me. So I was visible at Toastmasters. Visible because I participated in the contests. I post all over my social media. And she then asked me, Maciej, I'm organizing TEDx. Would you like to be a mentor in my very first TEDx, Torun Women? I was, of course, I can be a mentor. And that's how I got my first engagement with TEDx, thanks to a friend from Toastmasters. I'm not sure how it goes in the USA, but in Poland, lots of Toastmasters organize TEDx, local TEDx events all over our country. You may ask, why Toastmasters? Because we know how to speak publicly, we organize district conferences, and it gives us lots of experience to organize the TEDx event. So Angelika invited me, and she invited half of Polish Toastmasters to be the mentors, to help her with the organization and other stuffs connected to the logistics. And I became the mentor. I met Ilona, the girl from the previous picture, and Angelika told me, Maciej, I'm also organizing the 2nd edition in a different city of Bydgoszcz. I'm looking for speakers. I was like, Angelika, you know me from Toastmasters. You know I won the contest. I was your mentor. I was helping you prior. I can be the speaker. Maciej, apply. I applied. I got it. Why? Thanks to Toastmasters. Because the event was organized by our Toastmaster member who saw me at the contests, who saw me helping her with the contests. I was in the panel, judging panel. I will not reveal anything more. And it helped me to get into TEDx. So basically being visible at Toastmasters made my way to the TEDx stage. So it's important to be the contest speaker, but also to be engaged. Maybe you can organize TEDx yourself. You can apply easily. Maybe some other Toastmaster you know thinks about organization. You can also help them as a mentor, as a team member, or maybe later as a speaker. Yeah. So what is important here? How to get into TEDx? Be engaged into Toastmasters. Be visible. Take part in the conferences. Suggest somebody, maybe you should apply for the license. Now, after being TEDx mentor, speaker, I am organizing TEDx in Poznań this year on the 28th of November. We still have 6 months to go, and I'm already inviting some of you to maybe become part of this beautiful experience as TEDx actually is. And I'm inviting Toastmasters to help me organize. Yes, my dears, Toastmasters are amazing. We can organize the TEDx event. Do it. Get the license. You need to fill the form and you can become the mentor, speaker, or the organizer. So think about it, okay? So how I get into TEDx? I was active at Toastmasters as a organizational team, as the contest speaker, and eventually as the TEDx speaker. We got 3 minutes, okay? And the last thing I want to tell you is also changing the definitions. When you describe Toastmasters to your boss, leader, to your clients, colleagues, friends on social media, or also in the conversations, you need to change and translate our beautiful Toastmasters language into language people who are not part of the organization will understand. So when I tell Toastmaster of the evening, my friends who are not at Toastmasters are sometimes confused. Maciej, who is that? I was like, it's event host, the person who runs the event. Okay, I got it now. Okay, because Toastmaster of the evening for us is obvious, but for people outside, not really. When I talk about table topics, people are like, what's topics? You are a champion of table topics? There are some tables? No, I am the champion of impromptu speaking. So I improvise on the stage because my team leader at work or my boss in previous job, they had no idea what table topics is. It's our brand name. But for people from the outside of organization, when you want to tell about your achievement on LinkedIn, you need to translate those notions. Table topics, impromptu speaking. Or for example, District 108. If I tell somebody, I'm the champion of District 108, 3 times. What is District 108? Because it says nothing to somebody who is not from Toastmasters. By the way, even at Toastmasters, do you know exactly what countries are part of the District 108? Do you know? Stella, do you know?
No, I do not.
Yes, of course. And I'm not blaming you for that. We got, how many districts do you have? Do we have 128?
Yeah.
Lots of districts. So, of course, we are not supposed to remember everything about them. So if you want to tell somebody you are the district champion, tell what area, what states, what cities, what countries. In case of my district, it's 7 countries. You are the champion from Russia, for Kazakhstan, Lithuania, Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia. It makes a different impression, right? Than telling District 108. What I want to tell you here, we got 1 minute to go. Translate it into the language people from outside the Toastmasters will know, okay? So it will help you to boost your chances in career because they will know exactly what is your achievement, okay? Being the district champion of 7 countries of Central and Eastern Europe in impromptu speaking called table topics tells much more than being the district champion of table topics. Okay, so change the name. And of course, be proud. Talk about Toastmasters, networking events, your social media posts. Talk about it when it comes to other initiatives, other projects. Engage yourself into TEDx, for example, as the mentor, as the team, or maybe as the organizer and eventually the speaker, right? So you need to go a little bit beyond our organization, okay? This is the most important, to be visible, to be active, and to talk about it. And just to wrap up the session, I have just a few slides to go. How to maintain motivation, so how to develop your career. Remember, Toastmasters is not only for Toastmasters, it's a platform for our career. I used to be a boy who was a corporate worker, not really happy with his job. As much I respected my job and my boss, I knew it was not for me. Then I discovered a post of a lady with a huge trophy on LinkedIn who won a contest. I asked her how she did it. She told me, join Toastmasters. I joined. I started participating in the contests. I meet 4 world champions, 3 of them in person. I won the contests. I became credible as a speaker in Poland. I managed to meet my mentors who helped me to get paid engagements. Now I'm a leader at Toastmasters, and it also helped me to get into the TEDx stage. So Toastmasters is the platform. Use it wisely. And this is my club. I want you to use the QR codes. I hope it works to visit my page. We got access to all our social media. So I would really appreciate if you can scan the code. Join me. We meet every single Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central European Time, so 6:30 CET, and we meet in a hybrid way. So you can join online from whatever place you are in the world. We got even people joining us from the USA. There was even one member, Laura Parker, who joined us all the way from Colorado, I believe, and she came to us in person, 8,500 kilometers from the USA to be in person at my club. So if she could go all the way from the USA to be in person in this small room, you can also join online, of course, right? So join Verbal Victory. I'm so proud of the people. Today, when I saw them on the stage, I was crying out of happiness and joy because we really create a great community. And thanks to those people, we can build a career. Because if people see on your social media, you run a club and you are a great leader, they will give you lots of opportunities. And you can, of course, also join me, my social media. If you have any questions regarding Toastmasters, how to be a leader, how to be a speaker, how to be a TEDx speaker, I'm very happy to answer all the questions. If we don't manage to answer all the questions during the Q&A session in a moment, you can always ask me on my LinkedIn, on my Instagram or Facebook. I'm not promoting my business. Don't get me wrong here. I am giving you the opportunity also to talk to me if you have any questions regarding how to elevate your career thanks to Toastmasters. So without further ado, it's time for the session. I counted this grace time for like 5 minutes, so I think we are doing quite fine. We got 11 minutes to go, 11 minutes for the Q&A session. You can ask me out loud, okay, if you have any questions in mind. Thank you so much for now, and I'm open to your questions. So I'm looking forward to your questions. Oh, before we go to the questions, I also like to mention one person I was supposed to also tell. This wonderful lady here is my friend, Anna Świąder. She was helping me with my club, and thanks to her, actually, I was motivated enough to become a TEDx speaker. She was the vice president of membership in my club. I cannot forget about her. I have to add it to the presentation. She unfortunately passed away last August 2025. and it was unexpected. And unfortunately, I cannot talk to her anymore, but she was a person who gave me motivation, to my club, and to give me lots of strength. And I think the Toastmasters community should remember about those people who are the real heroes behind our success, the success of the club, which of course translates into the success of your career. So I am here to also commemorate her today. Her name is Anna Świąder, and I will maybe officially finish the presentation with a round of applause for Anna Świąder for her help in my career. Thank you so much. Now we can openly go to the questions. I got the first question from Jacqueline. How do I become a paid speaker? Okay, I will answer the questions from the chat, but of course you can also ask me out loud here. You can just unmute yourself. So how to become a paid speaker? So this is a very good question. So what is very important? You need to gain credibility. If you become a champion in public speaking in your Toastmasters contests and you are visible on your social media, people will associate you with the public speaking engagement, coaching. So this is very important. You know what is very important? I position myself as a public speaker on LinkedIn, for example, on Facebook. So when people are looking for a speaker, they basically type in speaker in the search engine. Your profile should appear as one of the first ones, basically. So if you put speaker in your headline, and if they see, oh, she's a part of Toastmasters, she's winning contests, she's participating, she's mentoring, she's coaching, she's posting about how she's helping others, they will contact you. And you can get the paid engagement easier. Okay, I can see Joy. I'm sorry, Johnson. Jay Johnson, sorry.
Not a problem. Thank you, Maciej. First of all, great presentation. I loved how you were able to provide so many different junctures for how we can leverage Toastmasters. My question would be, you already mentioned TEDx, and I thought that was a great convergement, or if that's a word, I'm not sure if it is. It is one for right now. Are there other platforms that you would suggest that we could also use to leverage Toastmasters for our careers?
Thank you so much for your great question. Toastmasters was the platform for most of the speakers in Poland. But I do believe that in the USA, that is, for me, it's a country. USA is the country for public speakers. So I believe it's much easier in the USA to become a public speaker than in Poland. In Poland, to be honest, we just started the public speaking career, the public speaking chapter of our country, to be honest, right? But there are certainly public speaking associations or associations of speakers. I'm also a member of one of them. So join the group of the paid associations of speakers. You can certainly find lots of communities like this. You can look it up in the internet. You can look it up. You can ask your friends, speakers from Toastmasters. If there is a community, if there is the association of speakers that actually create a group, and you can get the paid engagements easier because you join the community of speakers who actually make money, who actually are paid for speaking, right? So go for the associations. You can also join the Facebook groups for trainers, for coaches, for speakers, and also get some gigs from the Facebook groups. I also getting some gigs from there. Sometimes people are advertising. At least this is how it works in Poland. But as I told you, I met Jerzy, the former Toastmaster who started my club many years ago. And I asked him, Jerzy, I know you are a professional speaker. How did you get the engagements? Could you tell me a little bit more? Jerzy looked at me, saw my achievements, saw my passion, willingness, eagerness, and he told me, yeah, I can help you. I solved your problem. I was also struggling with paid engagements, but I did that, this, and that. Work for me, help me with some stuff. I will recommend you to my clients. So also find a person who already is a paid speaker. If you don't know anybody from your friends or Toastmasters, you can always look this person up in the internet, start a conversation on Facebook, and ask for mentoring. Okay, so to answer your question, find the associations outside of the Toastmasters or find somebody already on the internet. I believe in the USA you have lots of opportunities. Reach out to the professional speaker and ask how they did it. They will tell you the way.
Thank you.
Mentorship is very important here. To get a mentor, you need to get a mentor. I got a mentor. It helped me a lot. Any more questions? Oh, I have a question from the chat this time from Diandra. How do you encourage members to take roles? It's a great question. The most important to encourage to take roles is to appreciate your members. You know what I do after every single meeting? I always thank to all the people who took roles. It took sometimes a bit of a time, but it shows that I appreciate their engagement. Also, we got this score system that we award points to the members. We summarize the points at the end of the month, and there is a special award. We call it Anna Świąder Awards for our late Anna, who passed away. So we can commemorate Anna, she's still with us, but also anybody who got the biggest amount of points receives special diploma and a rose with and diploma with Anna's picture. So people also know that if they win, they will get the award. And this is also something that motivates people, you know. And you know also what motivates members? Let me go back. This dashboard. Show them the results. Tell them, you know, if you complete a project, we may get a point and we can be the best club in the district, in the area, maybe in the world, because you will help us a lot. Do you want to make history with our club? Stay active. It also works if people are aware of the dashboard, right? Also, when you want to get people for the COT training, when I told my people that there's only 1 point missing, like remember Stella, last November, we got 9 points in October. I was like, only 1 point if you attend the meeting. If you attend the Stella's amazing training session, we will get then 10th point. Everybody attended. Yes, so almost, yes, so it works. And you know what also works? If you have a speaker who makes it outside of Toastmasters, TEDx speaker, because they know I can show you the way, how to get into TEDx. Okay, any more questions?
I have one.
Sure, Michael, yes, go.
So first, I just gotta say congratulations again to 40 new members. That is amazing. How exactly did your club do that? Like, what route did they take to get to 40 members?
Yes, this is a very good question. So you basically ask me how to get 42 members. Right?
Yes.
How to attract members, yeah?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, participation in TEDx. As I told you before, if they see there is a TEDx speaker, they will come because they want to learn. If they see there is a speaker who knows how to win the contest and who is making the workshops, if there's a club that is actively conducting workshops on public speaking, workshops on evaluation, workshops on table topics, people see, they are bringing value. They are sharing knowledge. We want to be a part of it. If our members also participate in different events, when I'm the professional speaker, because I'm a professional speaker still being part of Toastmasters, now I'm the president, I invite my members to special events. I invite them to TEDx. I invite them to my paid engagements. They're in the audience, in the first row. They can see how the world of paid engagements looks like. It encourages them. So more and more people come. If I post about the achievements of my club, they're also happy to join the club that is the best in area because we got the achievements, we got the prestige, right? So this is very important. And of course, social media of our club. I got the most amazing PR manager, vice president of public relations. She's only 18, but she is so clever, talkative, outspoken, hardworking, and she posts all over again. All the time. She posts like 6 posts a day from our club. it's also important that every single post contains one story, one character. So don't post like small pictures with everybody on it. Make a story. One person per post, one speaker per post, but do it very, very often, every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Maciej.
There's a question from Jennifer in the chat.
Okay. Okay, great. I still have time, so we can talk more. I'm very happy to stay with you longer. I have time for you, really. Okay. A question from Jennifer. Yes, you've done TEDx talk. That's a high pressure stage. Did I understand it right? Give you the talent or experience alone? What do you mean, Jennifer? Like if it helped me to...
Yeah, where did the Toastmasters piece come in? Because
Oh,
I would imagine that you seem talented innately, and you have experience, but where do you put the Toastmaster piece for your TEDx?
Everywhere. First of all, as I told you the story, I was cooperating with the lady who is from Toastmasters, who was organizing the Toastmasters events before her. She organized TEDx. So my visibility, my engagement into the organization of the Toastmasters events, and my visibility at the contests helped me to get into TEDx because she wanted to work with me. But when it comes to my performance, my speech, how did Toastmasters help me, right? First of all, time management. Thanks to the fact that at Toastmasters, we have a timer, we know how to manage our time. You generally, what you can also do, I practiced my TEDx speech with the Toastmasters community in different Toastmasters clubs before I went to TEDx. So I knew, I practiced the material, I rehearsed with the Toastmasters who know how to speak publicly, I did my rehearsals. So when I was on the stage, it was very high pressure. Yes, I was stressed. I'll be honest with you. It's nothing wrong to be stressed. But I turned the stress into the excitement. So definitely time management, exposure. The Toastmasters, how do we call Toastmasters in Poland? Gym for speakers. It's like a gym. I'm practicing my material. I'm going to my clients too. I'm practicing my power speeches. I was practicing my TEDx speech. And of course, everything we learn at Toastmasters. So how to structure the speech, how to follow one purpose of your speech, because a good speech should have one purpose. It helped me at my TEDx. So basically, Jennifer, I applied everything I learned at Toastmasters in terms of the purpose of the speech, structure of the speech, audience awareness in my TEDx speech. So please go and like and give a comment, because the knowledge from Toastmasters was crucial here. My TEDx speech was a Toastmasters speech, but with more scientific proofs and evidence, okay? That was the basic difference. At TEDx, you need to have some research, okay? At Toastmaster speech, not necessarily, but everything I learned at the contest was transferred into the TEDx speech. Plus, I added the research. But we have a project at Toastmasters titled Research and Presenting, right? Researching and presenting. So we can also use it in your TEDx speech. So connections like working with the TEDx organizer who is a Toastmaster helped me to get there, but participating in the contests helped me to prepare the speech. Plus, I could practice with the Toastmasters community. So Toastmasters was crucial. It was a Toastmasters speech, but for the TEDx community. Okay, I can see more questions. Maybe I will give some love to people who are raising their hands. Maybe Nicole. Nicole, yes, your question?
Yes, I do. What would be your advice for a speaker that may be neurodivergent and maybe suffer from, I would say, like short-term memory loss sometimes? Let's say they practice a speech and once they get on stage, they forget what they're going to say.
It's a very good question, actually. It can happen to you not only at Toastmasters, most likely, even if you're a professional speaker. You know, there's a difference. When you are a professional speaker, at Toastmasters, we got a very friendly environment. So if you got a blindfold and you forget the text, people will clap you, will support you, will understand you. Because once they have been there, you know, I'm also neurodiverse, and I'm very proud of it. And I would tell you what can we do when you forget your text? You need to learn how to improvise. If you practice stable topics, but you practice it consciously, that means that you know the structures. You know this STAR structure, 1, 2, 3 structure, what, why, and how structure. These are the examples of structures. And you basically know how to improvise. You know that if you forget the text, you can always make it work. It's also great to ask the audience. If you forget the text, give it back to the audience, ask, okay, what do you think about the situation? What do you think could happen next? They can give you some tips and ideas. So maybe they will make you go back in the track of your speech, to the track. You can get back to the speech thanks to the audience. So you have to remember, speaker is not only alone on the stage. Like, speaker is not alone on the stage. He is or she is with the audience. So what I do, for example, imagine the situation. You go into the table topics and you got the most difficult, challenging question in the world. Everybody's watching and you're like, oh my gosh, what can I say? I don't understand the question. What can you do? Ask the audience, what do you think? What is your opinion? Do you have some ideas? It's impossible that there is somebody who will not say anything. There always is a person who will say something to you, and you can build something upon. Okay? So my strongest recommendation is ask the audience. Whenever you are at the Toastmasters stage, or maybe you are a paid speaker and you forget the text, give it back to the audience and learn how to improvise. I hope it answered the question. Okay, thank you, Nicole. Maybe Jacqueline? Yes, Jacqueline? Jacqueline M? I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you,
Yes.
how are you able to build your social media? I'm building my platform,
I'm not sure if I understood you.
platforms for each, but for build your audience.
Okay, could you tell the questions once again, because I couldn't hear it? Yes, type your questions, because I think you got some internet issues. I'm not the only one who couldn't understand it. So how to build social media? You need to post consistently. I post a lot. I got LinkedIn, I got Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok and YouTube. Okay, so you need to have at least 5 different platforms. Yes, very good. And I will tell you something, to become a professional speaker and to transform my Toastmaster experience into the professional speaking world, Toastmasters helped me a lot, like my achievements from the contests, my Toastmasters engagements, my Toastmasters activities. So I was basically in the first stage of my career as a professional speaker. I was building my visibility thanks to Toastmasters. But I was posting everything, Jacqueline. I was posting completing my projects, my levels. Every single level was posted on LinkedIn. I was posting about my contests. At some point, people were like, oh my gosh, you're always posting, it's boring. But you know what? There were some people who told me, Maciej, keep it up, because you inspire us, yeah? So definitely, Jacqueline, my recommendation is be proud of Toastmasters, post everything you do at Toastmasters, but translate it into the language people will understand, okay? So don't say District 46, say District 46, the New York City and the area, right? So it will help them to understand, to invite them to our world. Okay, Vivian, I can see you.
Yes, my dear Maciej, many speakers are excellent at memorizing their speeches and delivering it in a natural way. The question is, when will they become like you, talking to people who ask questions like they're old friends? You immediately bond. There's a love and care. Please give them those tips because they're focused on memorizing. I want them to be as charming as you. Come on, Maciej.
Thank you so much, Vivian. I can always count on you. You're amazing. Okay, we met with Vivian a few years ago in Germany, as she told. So it's very great to have you here. So if I understand correctly, you asked me how to memorize the questions, right? How to memorize your speeches. I will tell you something. My speeches are always based on the structure, but crucial for me, also as the professional speaker, it's absolutely crucial to learn how to improvise. Your speech should never be over-rehearsed, and you should never learn word by word. You need to practice table topics. You need to learn the structures. So what I'm doing actually, when I'm preparing for the International Speech Contest, when I'm preparing for my clients who will pay me for the speaking outside of Toastmasters, I got a skeleton, and then I'm practicing my speech, even if I don't know the text yet, even if I haven't written the text yet. And I'm adding the adjustments from one performance to the other. I'm collecting the feedback, and the entire process of speechcraft is easier because I can add new adjustments, new jokes, new lines from the feedback I collect. So first, I get a speech that is almost semi-improvised. It got the structure, it got the skeleton, but I mostly improvise, but I have a purpose in my mind. What is my purpose? What I want to achieve? Do I want to inspire, persuade, or maybe inform about something? So I got the purpose, I got the structure, and then I go to practice. The speech is not finished yet. So I kind of improvise in front of the audience with the purpose and structure only. And then the audience tells me, Maciej, maybe you can add this. Great. I'm going to a different club at Toastmasters. We can go around the world because it's important to remember. As the paid member, you can attend clubs in the world and deliver speeches. I was doing that. So you can go to a different club in a different location and you can practice the speech again online or maybe in person. And then they can add you something. After a few performances, you will have a ready speech and you will memorize everything perfectly without this hard process of sitting at home with your computer or maybe your notes and writing it one by one because it's difficult and very and draining. So get a skeleton, get a purpose, and start presenting right away. Go from club to club, collect feedback, and it will help you to memorize the speech perfectly. You'll be ready for your contest as never, okay? And basically, when it comes to paid engagements, you need to learn how to improvise. Practice table topics, but you need to learn the structure first. You need to remember that table topics is like a speech, so you do not really improvise. You can technically use your past experiences, your storytelling, and tell it during table topics in a structure. It's possible. Table topics is a mini speech. So practice it consciously. Learn the structures, learn the basics, and you will be great at table topics. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think that was our last question.
I can stay longer. I can stay longer. It's 3:15 in Poland, but I'm very happy to answer one more question.
Okay, last question. Who wants to ask the last question?
So maybe Stella, you can choose a person.
All right, I think we're out of questions. But thank you again.
No question?
Thank you, no question. Doesn't look like we don't have any question. Bathsheba, you want to say? I know Bathsheba always has a question or a comment to make. I know. Go
Please
ahead,
go ahead.
Bathsheba. I'm putting you on the spot.
My Stella. My goodness.
Welcome back from vacation, by the way.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention because, first of all, Maciej, is that how you say your name?
Maciej.
Maciej. Okay, thank you. I have a hard enough time pronouncing my name. So, anyway, nonetheless, I thought this was an excellent session. I'm a VPE in my club. A lot of things you said resonated. Some things I didn't even think about, like, let's cheer on those people that took a role. I mean, why aren't we saying thank you so much at the end of the meeting? I mean, how lovely is that? And I also wanted to mention, because a lot of times, somebody taught me this a long time ago when I became a Toastmaster, that we worry so much when we memorize our speeches, but no matter how many times you give that speech, because a lot of times, if it's a great speech, it's going to become a pocket speech and you're going to deliver it several times. It's never going to sound the same. You're always going to change it. So some of these things that you brought up, it's great refreshers for those of us that know, and new stuff for those of us that have been in the game for a little while. Also, I do want to make mention that I love the fact that you have the youngest person in your club being the social media person. How brilliant is that? Because they're always posting anyway. Let them go ahead and be great. So that's what I wanted to say. Great session. Absolutely loved it. And I'll turn it back to you, Stella.
Thank you so much. I can only add, sorry, Stella, I will only add regarding the social media, my vice president. If you address your vice presidents with respect, Dominika, you are vice president. If you introduce your vice president, this is Dominika, our vice president of public relations. She's doing an amazing job. You know how appreciated she feels? She's 18. She's a vice president of one of the best clubs in the district, not in the world, let's say. She feels even more motivated. She will go to the extra lengths because she knows that the club president respects her. The club respects her. And she will do 7 posts a day. And she will let me know, Maciej, I did another post. Is it okay? Of course it's okay. You can post whatever you want to because you're great at it. You have to show the respect. You need to address also people. That's my vice president. I'm so happy and proud of you. I respect you. I appreciate what you do. They will go to the extra length. They will live the Toastmasters life. And this is what I do, and it works. Thank you.
Okay, let's all give Maciej a round of applause. Thank you so much. And get some sleep, Maciej. We'd love to be at your next TEDx. Maybe you can send us, if you send information, I can send it out to everyone.
Thank you so
That'd be
much,
great.
Stella. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Nice to see everyone. Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, everyone.
Good night.
Nice.